Ronda Rousey is talking absolute mince. Welcome back, guys, to Fog Wrestling. Ronda Rousey, I'll admit, I'm not a fan of Ronda Rousey in the slightest. And this just double down, this triple down, this quadruple down, this sextuple down, this everything, this double down 10 billion times over. Because while speaking to CBSSports.com, Ronda Rousey gave her thoughts on the new regime of WWE under Paul Triple H Lefebvre, and I quote, "I think anyone's better than Vince McMahon." Right, I'm done. I'm done with this stupid fucking bitch. Yeah, I went there. Aye. You heard me right there, guys. Ronda Rousey is a stupid fucking bitch. There you go. Vince McMahon oversaw this company in its greatest years. But you get marks today that seem to think that Triple H and Shawn Michaels, wonky-eyed Shawn, and bloody big-nosed Hunter are producing the best wrestling that we've ever seen. These people haven't seen the Attitude Era. These people haven't seen the Ruthless Aggression Era. These people have seen nada. They've seen nothing. No, honestly, what are we doing here? This is simply not good enough. Simply not good enough. How in the fuck can anyone genuinely think that anybody run the company better than do it better? And I'm seeing comments like, even a broken clock is right twice a day. Fuck them. This is delusion of the highest order, man. Just because McMahon did something to you, Ronda, alright? You're fucking crying about it. You and your pathetic fucking husband and your shite child and your shitey mascara. You're mince, alright? Vince McMahon is the man. The only place you can go up. I really enjoyed Triple H and working with him, and honestly, I haven't been watching, but I saw something from Natty Neidhart saying that they had a card recently that just had as much women as it had the men. Oh, that means it's great, doesn't it? Seeing the Attitude Era, that's what McMahon lacked. He needed a card that needed as much men and women as equal as possible. We didn't want to see The Rock versus Austin, Triple H against Undertaker, Angle against Benoit, TLC 2. You know what we should have did? We should have scrapped two of those matches and had two women's matches instead. Fucking ridiculous. I actually despise modern wrestling, man. I really fucking do. You know what? The only thing keeping me going is the Fog Wrestling fan base. Shout out to yous all. Especially shout out to Beer Guy. Sent a fiver earlier on a super thanks. He sent a super thanks. Well, here's my super thanks to you. I've already replied to the comment, but it's better to hear it word from mouth. The only people keeping me around in the wrestling bubble are the Fog Wrestlinghites. You guys are keeping us going, because hearing shit like this seriously gets on my tits. And I quote, "That's what I would really like to see. The women equally represented with not just matches on the card, but time on the show. I feel like there's no place they could go but up, and I'm really, really happy for all the women still there and thriving under the new regime." So reality is, it's not that anyone could run, WWE better than Vince. It's because Triple H is willing to give the women more time than what Vince ever would. And for some reason, she thinks that's going to translate into a better show. She's a fucking stupid bastard, man. Honestly. Thinking like that. Delusion. Absolute delusion of the highest order. Imagine honestly thinking like that. Absolutely ridiculous thing to say, but what would you expect from someone like Ronda Rousey? Numbnuts. She peaked about 10 years ago, Trips, and that was it. Oh, I was on a wee Fast and Furious movie. Well, you know what? Hop in to a motor and drive yourself back to somewhere who gives a fuck, because your opinion is absolutely redundant. You're a diddy woman. Comments like this are honestly fucking embarrassing, man. I mean, come on. Anyone can run it better than Vince McMahon. Alright, then. Let's see if we can build a fucking time machine. Let's put anyone in there. Let's put fucking anyone in the Vince McMahon seat and let's see how they would have come up with all these fucking great ideas. No, it's ridiculous. Like, it's the same people that say, "Oh, Vince Russo wasn't responsible for anything." The Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan suck. They ruined TNA and WCW. You take those guys out of wrestling, like McMahon and those three, it's fucking... I probably wouldn't even be watching it today. That's the God's honest fucking truth. That's how fundamental they are. You take Ronda Rousey and every woman that's in the division right now, who gives it? It doesn't fucking change anything. Changes nothing. Changes fucking nada. Oh, but let's give them equal opportunities. That's the only thing that Tony Khan does right. He does not book the men and the women equal. He does not. And this isn't me pretending, by the way, Troops, that the men are so much fucking better. But look at the history of the company when it was at its best. The men dominated the card. Alright? And when the women were on it, They were looking fine.